Hi guys, this is your girl Wakeji Kamore and welcome to Reflections by Wakeji Kamore. So today we're going to be covering Genesis chapter 7, 8 and 9, and the reason why I'm combining this is because they're basically the same story. And this is the story where Noah had finished building the big ark, or as I'm calling it, the cruise ship. And now it was the time when Noah needed to enter it, and the animals. So in these chapters, Noah's family and the animals enter the ark, and the rain falls in an overflow for 40 days. It submerged the earth in water for more than a year. It was actually more than a year. When the water finally resides, God calls Noah's family out of the ark and reaffirms his covenant with Noah. Upon exiting the ark, Noah's family find the earth that is moist and green again. God promises that from this fertile earth will follow an equally fertile lineage for Noah and his family. But humankind must follow certain rules. As I had mentioned in Genesis chapter 1, is that every blessing comes with a level of obedience. So humans must not eat meat with blood still in it, and everyone who murders another human must be killed. I know. God vows never to destroy the earth again, and he designated the rainbow to be a symbol of this covenant. In chapter 9, God blesses Noah and his sons and say to them, "Be fruitful and multiply and fill the earth." Please note that, because we will see how they decided to not do this in a few chapters to come. So the command, I don't even think this is like a blessing. This was an instruction. This is what you're going to get out of this ark and do. You're going to be fruitful, multiply, and fill the earth. And then one night, after they had left the ark, Noah becomes drunk, because now after Noah left the ark, he became a farmer and he was farming vineyards. He was having like vineyards and vineyards. That's what he was farming. So Noah became drunk and he lied naked in his tent. Ham, one of his sons, sees his nakedness and tells his brothers Shem and Japheth. So Shem and Japheth cover their father without looking at him. And when Noah woke up, he curses Ham and his descendants, the Canaanites, and Ham's disrespect and indiscretion. What? Big words at 6 a.m. Declaring that they will serve the future descendants of Ham's brothers. Is that Ham na the descendants wake wakakuwa cast so that they can serve the descendants of Shem and Japheth, who are not cast. So my personal takeout is that first, God repeats the initial command that he had given Adam and Eve. Remember that at this point he had wiped out all the other humans apart from Noah's family. So he still needed the earth to be populated. So he said, "Be fruitful and multiply and fill the earth." So he repeated the initial command that he'd given Adam and Eve. In Genesis chapter 9 verse 3, God now gives every moving thing that lives to be food for us. In Genesis chapter 1 verse 29, God gave us every plant that yields seed as food. Like he gave us plants. We were vegans from Genesis chapter 1 verse 29 all the way to Genesis chapter 9 verse 3, where he said, now you can eat every moving thing that lives for food. Just don't eat it when it still has blood. As in, now I get to eat weird things like snails and locusts and what? I get it. But me, I'm just happy that now I can eat choma from this point onwards. And the other thing that was my personal takeout is that disrespect attracts curses. Ham disrespected his father and his generations, and generations after that were cursed. How am I applying this? I'm applying this by knowing that I should be respectful, by striving to be respectful, especially to people that I relate with on a daily basis. Let me tell you, one of the things that God is reminding me in this season is that our firstborn sister says that sometimes I disrespect her, which it could be true. It is true. Sometimes, when you're sisters and you're used to joking around together, you forget that, huyu ni firstborn, by the way. Huyu ni mamako. Huyu let, especially for us, because our parents passed on when I was pretty young. So that means my firstborn pretty much brought me up. So she's pretty much pretty much my second mom. So she says that sometimes I argue with her, or So how this word is, I'm going to apply it, is being respectful to her. That I know that, there are boundaries. We can joke, we can laugh, we can figure stories, but there are places where I just need to be more respectful, and more respectful to even my clients, more respectful to the people that I relate with, even as I serve God, just being more respectful. And as for me, I feel like because I went to school pretty young, everybody I was in school with, everybody I was in class with was always older than me. And all my friends are actually, most are all older than me. So because I relate with older people, and like we laugh, and that sometimes I can forget the boundaries. So my application from this word is to be more respectful, and to always remember that disrespect will always attract a curse. So anyway, that's Genesis chapter 7, 8, and 9. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm still encouraging you guys to go and read the word for yourself, or listen to the word for yourself. Like, the stories are out of this one. Anyway, what I'm giving you guys is like a drop in the ocean. You should just go and listen and just hear how amazing and how amazing these stories are. But anyway, thank you so much for listening. Tomorrow I will be covering Genesis chapter 10 and 11. See you tomorrow. Bye.